Hi you guys, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft, my cleaned up desk. Here I'll just give you a little shift of the camera so you can see it's much neater. I still have a couple items I didn't really find a home for. Everything's cleaned up. I'm very happy. And here, organized. So, it's time to make some more page kits. I just finished all my NASA page kits, so I'm kind of out of preset things to do. I have gone through and started some page kits, but I think I have more that I need to do on these. So, all right, well, I spent about an hour total building out these page kits. I had previously probably spent 30 minutes or so just pulling some papers for a few of them, not all of them. So I'm going to take you along with me as I flesh out these page kits. So I'm just showing you some of the paper. That's an old Creative Memories paper. I thought it was fun for this fun paper. I also have these Bella Boulevard, both an acrylic title that I want to use and those puffy stars. So I'm leaning into the purple, and there's some little daisy flowers. So I go into my floral embellishment folder and look for some fun florals to add. Now I do have other florals in some page kits, but since I'm not using a page, a paper collection for this, I want to use the sort of, generic things that I have in my binder here. So I probably could have gone into a different, like a My Best Life and pulled some florals out of that, but I'm happy with these, and making use of the binders is important. So this is my general icons binder, and so I'm going to go look for things that might match. None of these, I really wanted to do some rainbows, but none of them really worked with the color palette. So I'm just looking at some ideas. I have these from Fun Stamper's Journey. There's some little vellum hearts, and they're multicolored. They have the pink and the turquoise. That's in her little dress. I miss these days when she wore these clothes. The company was called Miss Tevious, so MIS-TEE-V-us. It was a Houston-based clothing company. They used to have these big warehouse sales, and you could get these gorgeous boutique outfits for super cheap, usually twice a year. And we went every time they had a sale. They've since retired or quit producing, but they had really cute t-shirts as well for boys, and shorts for boys, but then they had these really cute knit outfits, with the bell-bottom pants, and so cute. So I'm just looking for the right colors to go. I am looking maybe some green. I end up not, just a heads up, because I've already done this page when I'm recording this, I don't use that green camera, so it will end up back. So now I'm looking for some turquoise things. I'm pulling more than I can fit on this page, especially since it's 2 large photos, but I'm just trying to give myself some options so I don't have to spend this searching time when I'm building the page. And just a heads up, I may have to stop this recording at some point because I have 2 dogs, and we have a dog visiting, hanging out in the backyard, and so sometimes they get a wild hair and go crazy. I really liked this tag, and I pull that because I like leaning a little bit into that black and white as well. And I think that's probably going to be sufficient. So I keep, when I unload ephemera and put it in my binders, I keep the little folders. They come in very handy for building page kits. Then I'm just writing a note to myself to maybe think about using the daisy die or the film strip die. Just thinking, I'm not pulling those at the moment, but I am thinking about those. I'm just looking to see if there's another turquoise printed paper that might work. And I'm happy with that first page kit. All right, the next page kit, I had started it. It's a photo of my friend and I in Cologne, Germany. And so I pulled out, I think this is the last sheet of the My Mind's Eye. I have a couple of scraps from the Hello World paper collection. This is a Creative Memories, and then another scrap that I had pulled. So I've already pulled those scraps, and I'm happy with them. I'm only going to do one of those photos. And I have this chipboard ephemera sheet. So all those things I pointed out, I barely used any of them, just to let you know, but I did use some of the other things off that sheet. So I pulled out a few other stickers, and now I'm going through, and this was sitting on my desk after I cleaned it up. It's Vicky Bouton Print Shop Papery, and so I'm going to pull out a few things from this that make sense. Some of them are like vellum stickers. And just to enhance and add a few more things, since all I have is really those chipboard stickers, just to add some other textures to the page. And you get so many elements in those papery packs. It's something like I don't know, it's a lot, 150 elements or something. You have to do a lot of layering to use those things up. I must say that. All right, so I think this page kit is where I needed to be. Oh, and I pulled these letters out. The pink doesn't work, but there's peach and green in here that goes perfectly with this page kit. So that's page kit number 2 done. And I think in this video I do a total of 6, and it is sped up at 3 times speed. And I put on there that I wanted to think about using an arrow die to add some more arrows to it. All right. This is going to be a 2-page layout. I may need another, I'll probably build it on cheap paper because I probably will paper piece things together. But I have a lot of Vicky Bouton Print Shop papers here that I pulled from, I think it's from the paper pad. And some of the papery items, and a few other ephemera pieces. Oh, hush. So one side is going to be all about Kolsch beer, and the other side will be about dinner and some of the folks that were there. So I think that's pretty fun. I think maybe I pull out my travel binder of ephemera just to see if there's something else that will work. And within travel, I do it by color, just to see if there's something that I like to go with that. And I think some of the navy things go. So I pull out a geotag and a little passport because we were on travel in Cologne, Germany for this. And I really liked this destination. It's got super dark blue on it. So if you haven't seen the organization video of me doing my ephemera and making those binders, I think it was a 2-part video, so you can go back and watch that in my playlist for organizing your crafts or organizing your craft space. I also put the cleanup video that I just recently did. That's in there as well. So pulling out another little clear envelope. And these are old Creative Memories envelopes, so they fit those larger things. I'm thinking, what I'm talking about there is that I think I'll probably be cutting out some of those circles, so I might use a circle die or something like that as well when it comes down to this page. All right, that's going to be a fun page to do. Now, this is not really a space page, but it was on this NASA trip, and the person in the picture is Paolo Nespoli. He is an ESA astronaut now. At that time, he wasn't. He was just in charge of coordinating training for ESA. And in this picture, you can't see it great because of the glare, but there were some statues whose noses you rub, and Paolo has quite a schnoz on him. And so he leaned in and let me rub his nose too. So I just love that story, and we loved hanging out with Paolo, spent a lot of time with him in this time frame. So I used my paper pad, my Luna paper pad that I bought, and mostly because in the background of that photo, there's this sort of gate thing that it's not quite hexagons, but it's very graphic. And so I really like it with this hexagon paper, and it's the same color, blue. So I have that, and then a border strip paper from the same kit, and then some neutrals. And then because the brass or statues, I also pulled out some gold glitter paper as well. And then I had cut some ephemera also from a sheet in that paper pack. And then I pulled out, I had some other little bits and pieces that I had pulled from my ephemera binder, I think. Maybe not the binder, maybe it's just stuff I had on my desk. So I have a couple of leaves. I probably might need a few more, so I think I pull out my binder here in my florals, flip to the black section to see what I might have. So I do have these, but I don't love them. I don't mind those. I might go back and get those florals. I'm not sure. But I think we'll make it work with this. And then, of course, I will use hexagon dies since there are hexagons in that paper. So that will be a good sort of base for some clusters. Looking forward to doing this page too. It's going to be fun. Kind of a silly photo. And I'm not sure what I do. I'm just looking for letters to add to this. I don't know if I ended up putting some in there. I pulled that back copper and it's just a little too bright. I looked at this, Vicky Boutin. I don't love the black with it because it's mostly this like navy and not quite black. So I'm gonna let it stand and I'll figure it out. I may just cut letters. All right, this is another large 8x10 photo. I seem to have been doing a lot of those lately, mostly because I haven't printed from my 2010 snapshots yet. But this is a leadership seminar. It's called Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership. They hold them in every state in the country. I chaired the one in Houston for many, many years, but this year I had stepped back and somebody else was chairing it, and I was a group leader, and my mascot were the pink pachyderms. So I pulled this is all the staff from the seminar. We had about 250 kids at the seminar, high school sophomores. It's fantastic. It's so fun. And pulled this fun paper. It is Creative Memories. It's from a colorful paper pad. And I'm just looking, it's pretty specific of those colors, and so I ended up not being able to bring in a lot of other stuff that didn't quite match it. I do like those rainbow glasses though, and I did find one rainbow that I thought might work with it. And then I'm just leaning into some of this fun stuff that says color outside the lines, which is a little bit what Hobie is all about, sort of learning to think critically and challenging kids. So I pull this out. I end up not wanting to use it because the yellow is off. It's kind of a greeny yellow on this little piece of ephemera, but I find some more stuff that I think will work. I've got some paper buttons that I had die cut previously. I like the Be Amazing. That's not our motto. Our motto is outstanding. So that's going to end up being the title of this page. And I think I end up writing that down. So I look here. So since I pulled those other buttons, I pull out a yellow button there. And then I liked this sentiment. Live, laugh. I can't remember what that says. But just looking for, you know, the right blues and the right colors. And then since there is black in there, I did look for some black. Not sure I end up using any. But I just did a rough sketch of what I wanted to do here, just so I remember. And then I wrote outstanding at the bottom because I know that's what I want for the title. Just have to figure out what lettering I want to use. Just was looking in there. Do I want to add florals? No, I don't think I really do. So I'm pretty happy with this as the ephemera. And again, it's an 8.5, it's a 8x10 photo. So there's not going to be a lot of space on the page for embellishments. But hopefully I can get a couple on there. All right, this is the last one that I had pre-prepped, I believe, but I do have, so this is probably number 6. So I have, again, from that same Luna paper pad, this dark grayish blue background, and then I pulled an old Creative Memories lighter gray paper, and then just some scraps. The paper has a lot of grays and stuff in it, but then we have all these international flags. So my thought is to lean into that and to do a whole bunch of banners or flags across the top or something like that. And I also included that glitter chevron paper. So here I'm doing circles and hexagons, writing that down. I don't know, maybe I'll even build flags, I don't know. So I pull those out. I think I end up, I don't know if I end up keeping those. Nothing in this little papery pack really worked for this. Mostly because I had those really primary colors pulled out to go sort of pull out those flag colors. All right, so still struggling a bit with anything else I can add to this. I found this in my scraps, and it's a hexagon, and there's hexagons in the thing. So then I'm like, all right, well, I want to really mat the photo and pull out some more red. So I go off to my color bins and I find that same piece of red. It's not quite long enough unless I trim the photo, which I'm not sure I want to do. I mean, I could. I may end up doing that. Who knows? But then I would sacrifice the white. But I'm going to make that work. You know what? Maybe I will trim the photo and then mat it in white. But it's got a title across the bottom. I'm just not sure I can do that. But I'm going to figure something out. So I did pull this. I got these paper bliss, I think it's called, little tags in a gift from a prize from Ginger's Corner. And then I had this travel puffy stickers that had quite a bit of red in it. So I think those will work. And then I just glanced through a couple of, just looking for something in the right color tone. But those are more pastels, so they're not going to work. Check out my Vicky Boutin sticker sheets. See if there's anything. And then this is a My Mind's Eye. And there are a few stickers that I pull from this that I think might work, that are travel related. I was surprised in this book that there's a Texas sticker. That made me happy. So a little red geotag. All right, so I'm going to just let that stand. And I believe this was my 6th page kit that I did. So with that, my next video will be completing one of these pages. Just one last check through my travel binder for red things and yellow things and blue things. Hit up those primary colors. And a gray geotag. I may not end up using all of these items, obviously, but we'll see when the page comes together. So please come back and watch some process videos. Thanks for watching, you guys.